Welcome to the Health by Haven podcast. I'm your host, Haven Quinlan. If you're a multi-passionate wellness enthusiast, then you're in the right place. I'm obsessed with learning as much as I can about the wellness world, and I want to share that with you. Each episode will dive into various aspects of health and wellness through inspiring and informative guest interviews with some solo episodes thrown in. Tune in for all things health, and let's have some fun, shall we? Today on the Health by Haven podcast, we have Jessica. She works for the Knoxville Track Club and she is involved with Brooks as well. So we're going to chat all things running today. But Jessica, thanks so much for coming on, and I will let you introduce yourself for anyone who may not know you.
Yes, well, I'm Jessica. I work for the Knoxville Track Club. I have been a member of the Knoxville Track Club for like 14 years. I'm with the Brooks running collective.
Amazing. Well, I'm very excited to chat all things running. And we were just talking offline that I felt like I didn't really have very many running centric episodes for a while. And now we're going to have a couple back to back. So hopefully we have some runners listening or some people who are interested in running. Maybe we can do some tips later on for them. But let's just start from the very beginning. Did you grow up playing sports? Did you grow up running? Like, how did you get involved in this world?
No. Sports, yes, I did some softball, tennis, stuff like that. Running didn't hit me until college. It's that cliche of I met a guy and he was a runner. And then we were dating and he was like, yeah, my family's running the 4th of July fireball race. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. So ran that one. It was painful. It was my first, I started training for it in June. I was like, yeah, not great. But then it just it clicked. I just fell in love with it and kind of made it my own thing and took it from there. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you must truly love running if your first race was in the South in July.
Right.
And you were into it. So,
yes.
Wow. Okay. Excellent. Where did you go to college?
Well, I did a little bit at Pellissippi and then I ended up going and doing dental assisting. So I was in the teeth world forever. So
okay, what a 180 from that to Knoxville Track Club. Tell us about that.
Right. So so I have done orthodontics for like 15 years. Running was always just like that side hustle. And then all of a sudden this position came open and I was like, just going to shoot my shot. I applied and the rest is history.
Amazing. Well, what a great testament to like just going for it and betting on yourself when you're like,
absolutely
nothing to lose,
Exactly.
may as well try it out. Amazing. Okay. So can you walk us through, well, first of all, I guess if people don't know about Knoxville Track Club, if they don't live here, can you tell us a little bit about the organization?
It's been around for like 60 plus years. And we put on about 14 road races. We do trail races as well. We have the Knoxville Marathon. We do group runs, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. It's just a really cool group of people that all love the same thing. It's runners and walkers. We tell everybody just come on out and we have a lot of fun. So.
Amazing. So for people who are local and they want to get involved, what would be the best way for them to kind of figure out like where those group runs are or see what races are on the calendar?
We're pretty active on Facebook and Instagram where we'll kind of announce. We do a rotating Saturday group run where we'll announce that on our socials. We do Wednesday nights, we always have it at the Runners Market at 6:00. Monday nights are always at Bearded Iris. Same thing, 6:00. So everybody's welcome to just pop into those. They're so laid back. You've been to them, they're laid back. There's paces from all over the place. And then, of course, we have ktc.org. You can find a list of all of our races. Those are laid back as well. We just, there's somebody for everybody to find a partner to kind of link up with and just find the passion, reignite the passion, or stick to what you're doing. So
Yes, and as you mentioned, I can be a testament to those group runs because they're very fun. You kind of just show up and see who else is there that day, and I've gotten to meet different people that I wouldn't have normally and get to run with them, and it makes the run like more fun and go by faster
it
too. If
does.
you're kind of like
Yes,
dreading the miles on your training log, like you can just spend your time chatting away and learning about somebody in their life. And then before you know it, it's over. So,
exactly.
yes, amazing. I've actually met a couple of women who, we've exchanged numbers to be able to go and run during
Yeah.
times when there's not group runs. So it's definitely a good opportunity to get involved in the Knoxville running scene. And I'm sure, many other cities have
Yes.
similar things if people listening aren't in Knoxville. But
Yes.
okay, I want to get into your role a little bit with Knoxville Track Club.
Yeah.
So you said you're the event manager. What
Yes.
does that entail?
A lot more than I thought. I always say it's so weird of being on the other side of racing. It's a lot more than just showing up and towing the line and having a banana at the end. But um, yeah, so pretty much anything from start to finish. So I put the starting line up. I run the socials, so I will do like some highlight videos and photos and stuff like that. Um, if you use a porta potty, I got it there for you.
We thank you for that.
Yeah, and just everything from snacks and all of that stuff. So it's
A
fun.
lot, a lot of
It's
things
fun,
that you don't think about that goes into it when we
right?
just show up on race day.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been in this role?
Since November, so fresh. So
Okay.
it's different from being like, oh, I ran this race for 10 years. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm watching people finish, which is really cool. But I'm also seeing what's on the behind the scenes aspect of it. So
Yes.
it's pretty cool.
So, I'm assuming a lot of vendor relationships then.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. And did you have somebody who was in the role previously, or were you kind of just like jumping into the fire? Like, how did you learn coming from such a different industry? How did you
Yeah.
learn kind of the ins and outs?
Just jumping in. It helps to know, like, have a running background. So I kind of know that stuff. But my boss, Eric, he's the executive director. He is so great at just being like, okay, this is what we do and stuff like that. And then there's the volunteers that are they kind of help put me in the way. I'll just look at them and be like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, okay, you do this because they've been doing it forever. So it's a lot of people just kind of like helping,
Yeah.
guiding. Yeah. So
Well, that's such a beautiful thing about the running community too.
it
I feel
is.
like, I mean, maybe I'm lucky, but I've never run into a super mean or unwilling
Right.
to help runner who's coming out to these group runs or who's volunteering or racing on the
Yeah.
start line. So a good group to be supportive in a new role, I'm
Yes, for
sure.
sure. For sure.
Great. Okay. Well, I want to talk about your personal running a
Yes.
little bit too. So, whether it's a Knoxville Track Club race or maybe a different one, I'm curious to know what some of your favorite races are and also your favorite racing distance.
Well, favorite racing distance is an 8K. So it's like,
8K. That's so
yeah, it's just a little bit,
specific.
right? It's just a little bit more than a 5K, but it's still like not in that where you've got to have the consistent like 16-week training plan. So
Hmm.
it's just that fun 8K or a 10K. It's the fun area. My favorite races, honestly, I love the Knoxville half.
Yeah.
Haven't made it to the marathon yet, but I have done the Big Sur Marathon. I love that one as well. That one is, if anybody is thinking about it, put your name in the lottery. It is, there's so much going on, you don't even realize that you're running.
Okay.
26.2 miles.
I noticed the poster behind you.
Yes, yes.
Obviously, this is a podcast. People can't see us, but
Yeah.
she has a Big Sur Marathon poster behind her. So I was going to ask you from that if you've
Yes,
run that one.
I have. Yes.
What
It was
year
my
did you do
first and
it?
last, 2019. So
2019. You're first
yeah.
and last.
Yes. Or maybe not last, but we'll see.
Maybe you have to do Knoxville at least once.
Right. Yeah. No, that one I feel like I need to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's probably unfair to compare. I mean, the views from Big Sur, I'm
Yeah.
sure were just
Yeah.
incredible, but Knoxville's a pretty good one. And I love that you've done the half because I've done both and I personally think the half is the first half of the race is the better half.
Yeah.
So you've
It's just so much
seen,
fun.
yes, you've seen the best half of the Knoxville full,
Right.
I will say. I mean, I know that you know the route, but for
Yes.
for those listening who haven't participated in them, the first half, the marathoners and the half marathoners are together, and then basically at the very end of the half marathon route is when they split off
Yeah.
for the full marathon, and so. Amazing. Well, I'm sure Big Sur was incredible. Was it a lottery in 2019 as well?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So that one, I think just the location, they have to have it a lottery. So um yeah, if you can just I got it the first time I entered. So
Wow.
and that one's really cool too because you can do like a couple. So I did it like if I don't get it and my husband does or vice versa, we won't do it. But
Okay.
so if you've
That's
got
good
a
to
friend,
know.
you guys can enter together and kind of train.
Yeah. So is your husband a runner as well?
He is, yes. He was the guy that got me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The one who got you into
The one
running.
who got me into running,
You
yes.
kept him around.
I did.
Amazing. So does he like the same distances as you?
Um, I, that's the funny thing. I've kind of morphed into my own entity with running. So I'll kind of be the one to pressure him into going further. He did the marathon for me, just being like, oh, okay, fine. If this is a goal that you have, we'll do it together. So
Oh, how incredible. So
yeah,
you two ran Big Sur
we
together.
did. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. What a special experience to
Yeah.
share.
It was very special.
Yeah, so cool. Well, my husband runs with me, but I think, well, the longest race we've done is the Cades Cove Loop Loop, so the 10
Yes.
miles. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm tapping out after that.
That's
Like, not
it.
interested in running any further. But that's actually a great one. Have you run that one?
I have not. I've done it when the car, like the vehicle free
Yeah.
days, but no, that one I haven't made it out there
Yeah.
yet for that one, but
Yeah,
it
it's
looks so
super
much fun.
fun. It always ends up being a family affair for me. Both my parents are retired national park rangers, actually. And
Oh,
so my dad
awesome.
used to manage Kate's Cove. But now, so we've done it the last few
Oh,
years. And yeah, this year I think will be our largest group because both my parents will do it. My husband and I are doing it, and then one of my brothers as well.
oh,
So,
fun.
yeah, we'll have a good little crew out there.
Yes.
But for those listening, if you haven't done that one yet, that's like a fun destination race as
Hmm.
well, even if you're not local, to go and see the Great Smoky Mountain National Park and get to run without the cars on the loop
Yes.
road. Cool. Okay. Now I want to shift gears a little bit. Actually, I lied. There is something else I've been dying to talk to you about. I can't believe I almost forgot this. I did run the Knoxville Marathon this year and
Oh,
was so thrilled to find out that Des Linden was going to be
yes.
at the Race Expo. And I actually, she came up in the last podcast episode too. But for those who aren't super avid runners, Des Linden's an incredible athlete. She is an Olympian and two-time Olympian,
Yes.
and she won the 2018 Boston Marathon. She's still competing in marathons in the Masters division now, but so she's a big, big name in the running community. And so when I saw she was coming to the Knoxville Marathon Expo, I freaked out. I was like texting my dad, who's a runner, texting my coworkers who are runners. I was like, you guys have to come. So tell me everything.
Oh my gosh. First of all, she is just what you see. She's amazing. Like she is just not only an amazing athlete, she is an absolute amazing person. I was lucky enough to have dinner with her, and she's just so down to earth and yeah, like I get speechless when I think about her because she's awesome. Like, not her credentials aside, she's just like a really cool, down to earth person.
So how did it come to be that she came to Knoxville?
Eric, my boss, just kind of like floated the idea out to Jason. Jason runs the marathon, does all things. He's done it for so many years. Floated the idea out. Or Eric reached out to her manager and just kind of everything clicked. Of course, it was close to Boston, so she couldn't
Hmm.
stay for the actual race day. But yeah, it's just she made it happen, which I think that's really incredible too. You've got a big time race coming up and you make time for us. That just speaks a lot for her. So yeah, it's another one of those you just shoot the shot and hope that something
Yes.
happens. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Well, what a common thread for
Yes.
this podcast episode is just like if you're thinking about something, go for it.
Just
Why
go for
not?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And for those who are listening who don't know, I mean, she did the group run as well as
Mhm.
shakeout run the morning before the marathon, which I drug my husband to as well because I was like, we're
Get up.
going
Yeah.
and we're gonna run with Des Linden. So now I get to go around and brag like, yeah, I ran with an Olympian. Makes
Exactly.
me sound much faster than I
Hey,
am. Well, maybe it's a good thing she couldn't stick around for the finish line because if she would have put a medal on me, I may have just passed
like
out
that would have been the
from
end.
fandom. From fandom. Yes. She's incredible, but
Yeah,
so
she
cool.
really is.
Okay. Okay. Now we can shift gears. I could talk about Des all day and
Right.
a plug for her podcast. I mean, Des, if you're listening, you're welcome. Free advertisement.
Exactly.
But her and Carrie Goucher have a podcast called Nobody Asked Us. It's also
It's good.
excellent.
Yeah.
Were you watching the Olympics?
Yes. Yes.
I'm not fully caught up because they put out an episode like every day
I
during the
know.
track and field stuff. But
I have yet to even start that, but
yeah,
those are good running things to have in the
yes.
background. So,
Yes, it's so fun to hear them commentate, both like on NBC and also on their podcast. Des
yes.
and Carrie Goucher, also former Olympian, that they share the podcast. It's been really fascinating, and I watched the replays of the men's and women's marathon. I did
Right.
not wake up at 2 a.m. for
No.
us to
No,
watch
no,
it
no.
live, but it was very fun. For the women's one, Des actually came on to commentate with Kara.
Yes.
And I don't remember their partner who was on there, but clearly, I follow women's distance running more than
Right.
men's. But yeah, it was super cool. Okay, I digress. I want to chat about Brooks a little bit.
Yes.
How did that come to be? Tell us how you're involved with them.
So I started, they had the Run Happy team. They've kind of morphed it into the Brooks Running Collective this year. Um, Again, I hate to keep beating the same drum, but I just applied. And let's see, I think 2020 is when I applied. So my first year was 2021. And I've just been with them. You have to reapply every year. And,
Hmm.
we all hold our breath to see if
Yeah.
we're invited back. But yeah, it's super fun. I meet so many amazing people all over. We have a US and a Canada team. So get to meet all of them as well. We're actually about to go do our seasonal trip together. We'll be in Chicago this year. So we all get together and just kind of make content and run and yeah, have fun.
So fun. Okay, so for those who don't know, like what it is exactly, can we like take a bird's eye view of like this application for what?
Yes. So, okay, for that, I guess it's like an ambassador team, influencer type deal. So they will I think there's like 150-ish runners that we pick together. They'll send us products to try, new products that have launched to just kind of like us be your regular people, not like Des Linden in a shoe or something like that. We're just your regular people trying out shoes, letting you know what works for us and what we love about the brand and all of that good stuff. But it's made up of runners and walkers of all kinds, all over. So yeah, it's really cool.
And have you always run in Brooks?
I have, yes. I've branched out to a few other brands just to see, but I always go back to Brooks.
Yeah.
Uh, it's my
Yeah.
staple.
Good to know. And so the gathering in Chicago sounds like so much fun.
Yes, very excited for that.
Do you guys go every year to somewhere new?
Yeah, so they kind of put us on like a little brand trip. Last year we were in LA. The year before that it was Salt Lake. So yeah, this year Chicago. We kind of just all get together. They provide everything. We just have to make it there. And so we just kind of hole up in a hotel room and they take us to different places in the city and we run and yeah, it's fun.
So cool. Like running nerds mecca, basically.
Yes, yes.
That sounds like I'd love to be a fly on the wall. Sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. And then I'm sure they have like, do they show you new products for the year, anything?
Yeah. So we'll get kind of the sneak peek of where they're like, you can't tell anybody this, but this is what's coming. So it's been really cool. Like I've actually gotten to see what's coming in the 2025 year. So um lips are sealed though, but it's gonna be great. I can promise you that. But yeah, so we get like a little sneak peek of things that are coming down the line. So
You want to drop any spoilers on the
I
pod
can't,
today?
I can't. Which is hard. If anyone knows me, they know I'm that person that will get a gift and be like, I'm just going to give it to you because I can't keep a secret. But I'm like, I can't.
Yes. Yes. All
But when
right.
it comes out,
Well,
I'm like, I knew that was coming and it was great.
I had the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled
Yes.
for their new
A lot of
stuff.
good things are coming. I can promise that.
Yeah. What is your favorite like daily trainer shoe from them to run in?
Right now, it's the Ghost Max, which I never thought I would. I'm adrenaline GTS. Like that was my
Yeah.
go-to. That's what got me through the marathon and stuff like that. But they sent it to us and I fell in love and now I have 4 pairs and yeah, it's great.
So cool. And then do you do any like speed work or racing in any other shoe or are you max all the way?
Yes. No, well, kind of Max, the Hyperion Max.
Okay.
I like those as well. It just the anything with Max has a little bit of extra kind of cushion to it, which is
Okay.
something that I need just for support. My husband is a strictly just Hyperion. He doesn't like the extra little stack to it, but the Hyperion Max that's my racing, speed work, that type of
Yeah.
shoe.
Okay. I mean, max cushion is definitely the trend lately.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I never dabbled in it either until about a year ago. And I didn't think I would like it because I remember being in like middle school and my mom wearing Asics and trying to put me in Asics. And I remember they felt like so clunky and
Yeah.
heavy to me at the time. I mean, this is like the early to mid 2000s. This is what,
Yeah.
or I guess mid 20, like, yeah, 2000s, probably like 2005. And this was when it was like gel instead of foam and all this
Uh-huh.
stuff. And I
Yeah.
was like, and that was in the trend of like the lightest shoe possible and like the least cushion possible. And I was like, these are horrible. And now the technology has just changed so
It's
much.
insane.
Yeah. So I used to always only run in Mizuno Wave Rider.
Hmm.
And I still have some of theirs, but I swapped a lot of my stuff to New Balance last year because I just love their 1080. The cushion on it is
Hmm.
so soft, but it's still like it's so light still, the
Yeah,
foam. It's just totally different from what the tech used to be with the like much heavier shoes when they were
exactly.
almost like clunky feeling.
Yeah, it's like when you pick it up, you're like, wait a minute, this is not what it looks like it would be. But
Right, right. Okay, so cool. Well, those are definitely good ones. I've tried the Ghost, but not the Ghost Max, so I'll definitely have to try that
yes,
one out.
they're good. They're good.
Yeah. And then what's some of your other favorite apparel of theirs to run in?
Oh goodness, they're sprint free type of line. It's super breathable, lightweight. They've got a long sleeve that is shockingly warm for like a fall type deal, but it's also very sweat wicking.
Hmm.
I love their shorts, the 3 inch or the 5 inch chasers. And the canopy jacket is my ultimate, like I think I have like 4 or 5.
Is that the like windproof one?
Yes.
I have one of
It's
those.
like you would think that it would be like nothing, but it really keeps you
Yeah.
warm. It's wild.
Yes, I bought that online and I had no clue how light it was going to be. But I saw that it was like wind resistant or something, and I bought
Yes.
it in the middle of the winter last winter when I was marathon training and it was frigid outside and I was so tired of the wind chilling me to the
Just
bone. And
bite.
so I was like on the search. I was like, I have to find something that's gonna help this. And when I got it, I was like, oh, like this is not
Right.
going to work. I'm definitely going to send this back. Like the thinnest, lightest material you can think of. And
It's insane.
somehow the technology they have created is like wind resistant and it's amazing. So,
Yeah. I mean, it all packs down into like a little ball too. And it's like,
yeah.
this is not going to do anything,
Yeah.
but it's a shocker.
Yeah. Great to travel with too. It takes up like no space in your
Exactly.
luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Brooks, you're welcome for all this
Right.
free advertising. Sponsor the podcast. No. Okay, so fun. Well, I think I want to get into some of my final questions, and I'm
Sure.
definitely going to throw in some other fun, like running questions
Okay.
into the rapid fire too. But this may be a silly question after all we've been talking about today. But what's your favorite workout?
Favorite workout? Probably just a long run. Like I
Yeah,
just love just popping in a podcast or a random playlist and just taking off and going. Um, yeah,
that was going to
definitely
be
the
one
long
of
run.
my yes, one of my questions is going to be headphones or no headphones on the run.
It depends. I used to be a solid, like, no music. I like to see what's around me. So it's kind of like time of day. Obviously for safety, I'll always just keep one in so I can hear my
Mhm.
surroundings. But yeah, so if it's like in the morning and there's no traffic or anything like that, I totally love to just listen to the birds and just kind of like feel everything around me. If I'm just kind of trying to crank out something, I will put in like some music that just takes me away out of what I'm doing. But
Yes.
honestly, most of the time I end up being like, I don't remember anything that I heard
Yeah.
because my thoughts take over. So
Yes. Yes. Do you trend more towards music or podcasts on the run?
that depends as well. Like
Okay.
if I'm just going out leisure, I don't care about pace or anything, I'll pop in a podcast so I can just kind of, you know, listen. But if I'm going for something like I really want to work on hitting certain paces, I'll put music in.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Oh my goodness. I guess it's cliche, but pizza.
Yes.
I'm a
Oh,
pizza girl.
and what a good one for runners too. You
Right?
can get your carbs in.
Carbs, everything, all in one.
What's your favorite local pizza to Knoxville?
Oh my goodness, Sergeant Pepperonis. Have
Wait,
you
I
been
haven't
there?
had that. No, where
Ah,
is it?
it is in the Bearden. It's close to the
Uh-huh.
Bearden Beer Market there
Yeah.
where Long's used to be. It's in that
Yeah.
shopping center. It
Oh.
is the Popeye is
Uh-huh.
it's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try
Yeah.
it. It's right
It
by the Pure Bar too, and I'm there
yes.
most days,
Oh, pop
so
in and
no
get some Sergeant
excuses.
Pepperonis. It's great.
Might be a bad thing if I like it, because then I'll be
Right?
there like every day.
It'll just be
Oh
a nice
my.
balance. Work out and then eat.
Yes. Yes. Refueling, important.
Yes.
Okay. Any new products in the running space, in the wellness space that you're super into lately that we should check out?
Oh my goodness. No, I just literally stick to what I know. That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing. I guess plug another shoe. The Ghost Max 2 is coming out or it's already out. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I just kind of I'm so like I find what works for me and I don't think that's a very good thing all the time, but if it works, I don't change it. So,
It's not necessarily bad with shoes. You know, you're going to be
right,
supported. So
exactly.
that's great. Okay. Do you run with a watch or no?
I do.
What
I
watch?
Apple. I'm an Apple Watch girl.
Yes.
But I used to do the Garmin, and then when the
Uh-huh.
Apple Watch came out, I kind of was like, oh well, I want the that technology. So there's some divisiveness about that because people are like, that's not a real running watch, but it works for me. I love
I ran with an
it.
Apple Watch for many, many years. I just made the switch to Chorus like a year ago. So yes, I can
That's
attest it's still a good running watch.
yeah. people have been pushing me
Yeah.
to switch, but I'm like, I'll stick with my Apple Watch
You do
right now.
you. There's options for a reason.
Right.
Okay, morning or evening run?
I used to say evening, but I'm morning now. I don't know. I've switched. I guess with my new work role, I have a little bit easier time to kind of make the morning my own instead of trying to get out the door and get to a
Yeah.
9 to 5. So yeah, I've switched to a morning or brunch, that type
Okay.
of, yeah.
Okay. Good. Mid morning and then brunch. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
win-win.
Right.
Okay, running or walking?
Oh my goodness. I would have like a year ago just said running, but I've started really getting into walking as well. So I do that 12 3:30 like trend on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. I love it. So I'm split right down the middle
All
now.
right. All right. There's room for both. No
Yes.
worries.
Yeah.
Okay, if you do any cross training, do you like lifting or body weight workouts?
Body weight. So I used to actually teach bar
Oh, no
at bar
kidding.
3. Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
that one I just say is like that's my weightlifting. That's as much as I like. I have tried to be, the super heavy weightlifting. It's not for me. I like that my body weight. Three
Yeah.
pounds is my max. But
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Pure Bar, you know how intense just using your body weight is.
Oh,
It's
yeah, for sure.
it's
For
crazy.
sure. And I mean, the beautiful thing about all these different types of workouts, like even though there's definitely trends, and right now it definitely seems like lifting heavier is a trend, like
Yeah.
there's room for everything, and
Right.
you may as well do what you like so that you want to stick with it versus
Exactly.
forcing yourself into something you don't
Yeah.
like.
I find if I force myself to do it, I'm just like, what am I doing? I used to do Orange Theory a lot, and I'd look around and people would be like using the super heavy weights. And I'm like, oh, okay. But like I ended up just hating it. I'm like, I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
me. And if it works for you, then that's great. So
Yes, fully agree.
yeah,
Okay, indoor or outdoor runs?
outdoor. Yeah.
Same.
Except in the super, super cold, that it takes me a while to get out there, but it's always outdoor.
Yeah. Juice or smoothie?
Smoothie,
Coffee or matcha?
coffee.
Salad or bowl?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with salad.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
We knew that one. Tacos or quesadilla?
Quesadilla. Yeah,
And then early riser or night owl?
early riser, which is conflicting with my husband because he's the night owl. So
That's my last guess said the same thing. So I guess that, a lot of people are like that in relationships.
yeah,
Okay. Are you training for anything right now?
not right now, and it's kind of freeing, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Same.
I know I need to find one race is just like a motivator. But I'm really finding motivation in just getting out there and not having like you've got to do 15 today, and so it's nice.
It's good to have the ebbs and flows of training
Yes,
times and then times where you can just go out and do what your body feels like doing.
exactly.
Okay, where can people follow along if they want to
Yes.
follow you online?
You on my Instagram, it's Run with Mead. Um, yeah, follow along the journey. Sometimes I'll hop on TikTok, but I don't tell too many people about that one.
I got as far as one of my friends convincing me I needed to download it, and I did, and then I never opened it again.
Oh,
So
well,
that got
lucky
deleted.
you. Lucky you, because they call it TikTok for a reason because your time is just absolutely evaporated. But it's a
Yeah.
good thing to do while I'm walking on the treadmill. I will
There you
watch
go.
that. It makes it go by faster.
There
So
you go. That's a good one for it. Okay, well, definitely follow along. Lots of good things in the running community and Brooks, if you want to get that inside
right. Hint,
scoop
hint.
when they've got some new products, Jessica's a great one to follow along with, and just for some running encouragement and inspiration as well. But thank you so much for your
Thank
time today, for
you.
coming on. It was so much fun getting to chat with you,
Yes.
and hopefully I'll see you at a group run soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Health by Haven podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to give the show a 5-star rating and leave a review. It makes such a huge difference in reaching new people and spreading the joy of healthy living. I would also be so appreciative if you subscribe to the show in the listening app of your choice so you never miss an episode. Your support truly means the world to me. Have a happy, healthy day, and I'll talk to you again soon.